Bada bing bada boom, it's time for another installment of What Runquist I Watched this month. November edition! I kicked off the month by rewatching The Spongehenge Theory. This is a classic video for sure, but I can't really call it unique in the grand scale of things. When this video released, Alex Bale had already made 4 SpongeBob theories, and those had a massive interconnected storyline which really dwarfs the scope of Carsten's video. Still, there are undoubtedly a lot of similarities between the two. Both have a fixation on minor details, both like to merge together multiple fan theories, and both have quite the obsession with the nature of Bikini Bottom. Technically, Carsten was the first to release a SpongeBob video all the way back in March 2020, although it wasn't a theory at that point, it was more of an analysis. But with all that being said, this video still blew me away. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to articulate what makes this video so great, but I can say that it stuck with me more than anything else I've watched recently. Thanks to Carsten's commentary, you really feel the horror of SpongeBob's situation. It unnerves you in a way I didn't think was possible. I wish I could say there wasn't a single thing bad about this video, but the Squarespace ad read? Come on, Carsten. You know how I feel about these. Next, I watched Carsten's new What I Watched this month, which is what I watched in October. You guys know how I feel about these, and this one was no different. It's such an easy watch, but no less engaging for it. The whole time I was watching, I just kept thinking, gotta watch that, and that. Yes, that looks good! He even slips in a few films from the Chicago International Film Festival. Yes, yeah, Carsten, we know. Carsten! Overall, a very enjoyable watch, and one I'm sure I'll be seeing again. After that, I watched Opening Logo Tier List. This is not a type of video I ever expected to see, and it seems like Carsten is just as surprised as I am. While it's maybe too soon to say anything definitive about the potential of videos like these, what I can say is that I had a perfectly fun time and I wouldn't mind seeing more. Carsten's taste is pretty good in this video. Even when I don't agree, he articulates his points well enough that I can see where he's coming from. Sometimes his nostalgia gets in the way, but other times his comments are extremely prescient. His thoughts on Marvel's logo aged pretty well, to say the least. After a while, this video does start to feel a bit samey, which is maybe to be expected, but hey, this guy talked about Spongehenge for over 11 minutes. He usually knows how to shake it up. Up next, a bit of a double feature. Stranger Things 4 is great, and is Stranger Things Volume 2 actually good? Explain. I originally watched these videos when they came out, at the same time I was keeping up with Stranger Things itself, and revisiting them now, I found myself nodding along just as I did before. Really, my only criticism with the original video is how chaotically that ad read is introduced. I mean, it gave me whiplash, but you know, I almost have to respect what a crazy choice that was. I always complain about the sponsored segments feeling homogenous, and this was a memorable one for sure. But that aside, I was very into the first video. It articulated a lot of thoughts that I myself had, but didn't necessarily know how to express. It had a good flow and nice energy, good stuff all around. The follow-up, I remembered being a lot more positive than it actually is, which is fine by me, as someone who is also disappointed by the second half of the season. I do wish a little more time was spent driving home what a terrible idea those runtimes were, but that's such a minor nitpick that it's barely worth mentioning. At the end of the day, I think the fun thing about these videos is that you get the full range of Carsten. Enthusiastic, optimistic praise turns into utter bewilderment and lamentations, and I think both extremes are entirely justified. Honestly, I'm more looking forward to his videos in the 5th season than the 5th season itself. Next, I watched Wakanda Forever Works. And you know, this video works. It doesn't do much more than that, but hey, you know. I only watched this video a couple of weeks ago, but I already feel like I've forgotten most of it. It's fine, I remember enjoying it, it makes good points, except for when it says that the original film is better, but I guess there's still a lot of disagreement on that front. Anyway, I'm glad he enjoyed the film, glad Marvel is making better directed movies, but will I watch this review again? Probably not. The Grossest Movie of the Year, on the other hand, is a review I'm looking forward to checking out again. Carsten's enthusiasm for this film is so immediately apparent, and it makes it really easy to get sucked into this video. Whereas his Wakanda Forever review felt quite formulaic and rigid, in this one he's totally off the wall. The whole thing feels like improv, even though I'm sure it was tightly scripted, and that just makes it really fly by. The Grossest Movie of the Year? More like the greatest video of the month. I mean, it's only in the middle of the ranking actually, but I still thought it was really good. And that's all the Carsten Runquist videos I watched in November. So check out these videos, form your own opinion, and I'll see you in the next one.